Exactly. I was trying to link my page into it.
God, it's kind of late, so I know very few people might tune in because it's kind of late, but it's all right, man. We're gonna do the work, man. Whether they hear it or forbear it, you know. We ain't talking about titties or the white man. I'm trying to listen to shit, you know what I mean? But fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, hey, man, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether I believe, you know what I'm saying? I truly believe in what's happening, man, and nothing that's happened in the past decade, bro. Fucking decade. I got out the army, uh, shit, a decade ago, over a decade ago, man. And that shit went by fast, bro. 10 years went by fast as shit. And I see a lot of things been happening, and I'm literally going into the second decade. Like I'm in the second decade. You know what I'm saying? Like the early portions of it, and I've seen a lot of things happen within this small amount of time. And a lot of these things that are happening, the apostles and the bishop elders been speaking to us about, been showing us. But just before they had, the videos to back it up, they had the faith of Yahweh Shem Shai, and then they did the diligent research and brought it out. And now you're seeing it at this time. You notice they're not talking about them concentration camps no more, right? Because they're gonna bring that out. That's gonna come out. Apostles, Bishop, Elders told us about this through the precepts, right? They told us it's gonna be insurrection. They told us it's gonna be racial wars, class wars, all of that shit, right? This, you know what I'm saying? So we in that time. Anyway, we're gonna start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. I'm saying double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Citations to the elect, Lord willing, with some of those men and women that believe and fear in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Shai that's patiently waiting for our day of salvation, which is also the day of our redemption, right? Yeah, I'm the brother Gabar Yahweh.
This is a brother Kahanullah.
Khan, we the brothers from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. Today's lesson is entitled "Crisis is Their Brand," and this came from a video that I'll play shortly that I came across on TikTok last night from Sky News, which they're not talking about it on mainstream news. They keep talking about CLK. CLK is he's the biggest thing since sliced bread. Right? That's their biggest Trojan horse that they're using right now. So when other things that pop out, it kind of like get diminished within the so-called mainstream news, right? Even things that happen to you Jakes, right? So-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans out there in the world, shit happening to you, nobody cares, right? Where they two Israelite men were so-called Negro men were hung supposedly in Mississippi, right? In the South, no news about it, right? Edomite just smoked 3 police officers today. No real news about it. But they keep bringing up CLK, Captain Kirk. Right? He talking about this guy like he was a world changer. Hey, something Elder Recoil Crumb came up with that term, the world changers. Because these Edomites really believe that they're world changers and that they're high IQ. But in reality, when it comes to you, average Americans, don't matter what race, nationality you call yourself coming from, the ultra elite, starting with the ultra elite banking families, along with their ultra elite politicians, right? That includes their presidents, your senators, right? They act like they're against each other, the right, the left, the blue, the red, but they're all two sides of the same coin, right? And they all want the same thing. None of them want something different than the other, right? It wouldn't have been no better if they had put that demon in office. What's her name? Come all over at Harris. It would have been the same thing, right? But they wanted to push a higher agenda, and what they're trying to bring in is what nationalism, right? White Christian nationalism, right? Because that's the cornerstone of white supremacy, and that's gonna get them activated, make them believe that somebody's trying to take their place, make them believe that they're about to be overrun. Like according to the so-called white man, he has a share your page and type in what is Christian nationalism, right? This is a quote that you see on this page. This quote is not attributed to Rahm Emanuel. A lot of times it gets attributed to him, but it's not really his quote. It's a Winston Churchill quote. It says, "You never let a serious crisis go to waste." And what I mean by that is an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before, right? Like what? Like lock the people down, take the people's rights, take the people's privileges, destroy their confidence within the so-called government, right? And allow us to bring in a totalitarian technocracy, right? Right, where everybody is chipped, right? Allow us to bring in our world order, right? And that world order is only meant to benefit the elite banking families and their proxies to a point, but it's mainly for the elite banking families because they want perpetual rulership over the world. So they're forcing this whole world to move into a digital prison system. That's what they're doing. It don't matter what country you go to, it's already being fomented. These politicians act like they're against one another. They're not. They're all friends. They're all part of the club. Like George Carlin said, it's one big club and you ain't in it. All right, let me share this brother's screen.
This is what is Christian nationalism? Christian nationalism is a political ideology that fuses American identity with Christian identity, asserting that the United States was founded as a Christian nation and that its laws and government should be based on conservative Christian values. While the term itself is relatively new in popular discourse, its core concepts have historical roots in the U.S. dating back a century or more. It says core beliefs. Christian nationalism is not a formal religion or denomination, but a cultural and political framework with several key tenets. Fusion of identity, adherents blur the lines between being American and being a Christian, arguing that a person cannot be a true American without being a Christian.
And you gotta know something, that these higher elites, even in the religious world, they're not Christian. They're Satanists, right? And to be a Christian, you got to be an Israelite. But when they say Christian, that's like another buzzword for saying white. WASP. They used to have a term in America called WASP, which is White Anglo-Saxon Protestant, right? And that benefited men that came from that background. If you were not white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, you wasn't making it in this country. The country wasn't for you, right? But then it started to bleed into other sections of Christianity. Like you had this modern Christian evangelicals. Like they'll show videos like this nigga Trump got I forget this woman's name. I think her name Paul or something. She's basically the religious voice, which she's nothing but a witch in the White House. And they have these meetings and so-called like church in the White House and shit. But it's just a bunch of Edomites having Edomite church. And they just talking. Like she ain't reading none out of the scriptures to get, well, she can't get no understanding. That's the first thing. But she's not going deep into the scriptures, speaking about prophecy and nothing. When it comes to Christendom, when it comes to being a Christian in America, it's only supposed to benefit them, white people, so-called white people, right? Because they put themselves up as the Most High. They put themselves up as the people. This whole Jesus Christ, when you talk about Jesus Christ, they're talking about a white man. They ain't talking about Yahushua, who is a so-called black man, who goes back to the tribe of Judah, who is the only begotten son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. They ain't talking about him, right? They talking about that Edomite image. Yeah, that's the chick right there, Paula White King, and she's a monster. She's a demon, right? She's a televangelist, They call her a spiritual advisor. That's just another name for witch.
For which
Spiritual advisor. Ain't nothing spiritual about these Edomites. She has written several books and is a leader of the charismatic movement. Just hover your arrow over the charismatic movement. Yeah, it says the charismatic movement in Christianity is a movement within established or mainstream denominations to adopt beliefs and practices of charismatic Christianity with an emphasis on baptism with the Holy Spirit, which they don't have that, and the use of spiritual gifts, charismata. It has affected most denominations in the United States. Right? Go ahead and keep. You can move your arrow. It says White is also known for her role as Donald Trump's two presidential administrations. White served as a pastor Without Walls International Church in Tampa, Florida, a church she co-founded with her then husband Randy White. In 1991, from 2011 until 2019, White was a senior pastor of the New Destiny Christian Center in Opaka, Florida, right? And that's another thing. How is she a pastor? The scriptures speak expressly against women usurping authority over men. But see, white Christians don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in nothing that's in them scriptures, right? They don't believe in Israelite nationalism. Right? They don't believe in that unless it applies to the so-called white man who's claiming to be the Israelites of the Bible, right? They don't care about that. They don't care about prophecy. They don't care about they damn sure ain't worried about the destruction of Babylon the Great. Yeah, you got it, brother.
I look because it said here that she's a leader in the charismatic movement. I looked up the word charismatic, and it says exercising a compelling charm which inspires devotion in others. And then some other synonyms that it says charming, captivating, bewitching, beguiling, alluring, hypnotic, magical. And we know Esau is always working with the left-hand side. So this is just, like you mentioned earlier, is nothing but witchcraft, man. They use the scriptures as a covering to say that is a spiritual salakia, spiritual guidance and whatnot. But in reality, Esau's pushing what he does best, which is wickedness, man, witchcraft.
Yeah, that's all he knows. It says White is a spiritual advisor to Donald Trump. She served as the chair of the Evangelical Advisory Board to Donald Trump campaign. White delivered the invocation at Trump's first inauguration and becoming the first female clergy member to deliver an inaugural invocation. And what are they invoking? Satan. They're invoking demons, right? Because there's no white Christ going to raise up or fall out of the sky and help these people. And they're not looking for one. But they know that, these people are emotionally driven. So they use Christendom to emotionally drive you. If Esau was a Christian like they say he is, if America was a Christian country like they say it is, then why isn't Donald Trump against homosexuality? He still got it. It's still here. He don't have open ones in his administration, whereas Biden had all the freaks, right? He had that one bald-headed dude that was stealing every goddamn thing. And he was dressed as a woman in the airport and at the job. They did that on purpose, man, to make the far right that much more emboldened and angry. But they still the same people, right? Cool. He didn't outlaw surgeries or abortion like he talked about. He didn't do none of that. All that shit still exists in this country. It was just set up to embolden the people, to anger the people, right? To make them lean more right. Even Trump said he's not even Christian. He said that. He said I love my Christians even though I'm not Christian. Right? He loves the stupid people. Why? Because they follow him. He said that. It came out of his mouth. I can find a video, but I don't want to make this lesson longer than I have to. But he did it. You can cancel that. Let me go to this right here.
God.
So this video was inspired by this video right here, right? And I got this from Sky News. This is fair use. I don't own the rights to this video, but they say right here. So he's admitting they're incompetent, and it says no, he's admitting they are creating crisis and chaos on purpose. Because get that definition: order ab chaos, order out of chaos. This is what they bring. This is the part of the heavy layer of crisis. There's going to be way more crisis than the ones you see right now. 2026 is going to shake the world. That's going to be a pivotal time in the transition to this man's system, right? New system. Order ab chaos is a Latin phrase meaning order out of chaos. It is famously the motto of the 33rd degree Freemasons, Scottish Rite. You can look up Albert Pike. Though the phrase itself predates its Masonic and has order as a broader philosophical, mythological, and spiritual interpretation. Philosophical roots. The concept of the order arises from chaos is ancient, appearing in creation myths of various cultures and philosophies, such as the idea of the cosmos, ordered matter, and that came from ancient Babylon, emerging from primordial chaos. Broader applications beyond the Masonic meaning, it can symbolize spiritual process of aligning one's inner self, creating connections, or bringing clarity to a disordered situation. No, they bring in Edomite clarity to a disordered situation that they're bringing on purpose, right? Order ab chaos, right? So it says, let me play this real quick. So it says a White House staff secretary, Will Scarf, was caught on mic jokingly saying, "Our brand is crisis."
Lovely. Wonderful. Our brand is crisis. That was a Sandra Bullock movie. A bit too true to life at times.
You see that? Our brand is crisis. And it comes from movie. Go look up this movie right here. Our brand is crisis. I never even watched that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now you never watched that?
Yeah, you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen this shit. But
yeah, supposedly these Americans go down to, I think it's like Peru or something, and they pretty much set up like a puppet leader to overthrow the government over there.
Yeah, what's her role in the movie though? Sandra Bullock, F&B.
She's like the one that plans the whole thing for the puppet leader, what he has to say and all that shit.
And they're doing the same thing. Trump is a puppet leader. He's not doing none of this stuff on his own. He got handlers, man. Right? He got high level people that tell him what he gonna do and what he not gonna do, and he's with the plan, 100%. That's why when he got inaugurated in that damn that hall instead of outside, talking about it was too cold. It wasn't even that cold outside, but they did that on purpose because they wanted to endow this man with the power of Satan. Right? You notice he was the only one that didn't use the Bible and swear on it. He don't believe in the Bible. Right? He don't believe in the Bible, man. Hold on. I'm just looking for another video. Bear with me, brother. Trump. He loves poor people. Says he loves poor people. Yeah, I love the uneducated. He said, "I love the uneducated." That's what he said. He said, "I love the uneducated." That's what he was. Let me go ahead. Hold on. Just bear with me, brother. Where's the video at? Oh, okay. I'm at the share it. Give me a second, brother.
I wanted to read this real quick if I can. This is still from the Order ab Chaos meaning, and it says symbolic meaning of mastering chaos. The phrase encourages the idea that chaos is not an end, but a necessary precursor to order, and that through effort, order can be established.
And what order through their effort are they trying to establish? The New World Order, the NWO, which is really been started, but they want to capstone it with the MOTB, and they want to capstone it with everybody in prison. You will own nothing and be happy, right? I don't know what A0 recovery is, but yeah. Tectonic, yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. IOTA will melt faces. Come on, man. Who the hell is this protagonist? It's always one, man. It's always fucking one, bro. Go ahead, man. This nigga, stupid shit, man. But these are the bots they sent up. When we start talking like this, they do this, right? It was banned and their comments were removed. But go ahead, brother. You got it.
God. No, like you were saying, you know, Esau, you know, when you establish things, the scriptures say let everything be done decently and in order. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai set up the spirit world, and he set up the creation to be ruled in righteousness, in order. You know, obviously we fell off, and now we're in the opposite pole, where Esau is ruling the earth in chaos, you know, and he's establishing a rulership, a kingdom in wickedness. And this is really what they believe, that through chaos they could bring forth some type of order, and
But
something that can last, when in reality is not going to.
what order though? The continued order of the white man.
Yeah.
Like the bankers want to come out from they want to come out from the curtains, and they want to show the world it's them. They don't want to keep hiding. But when you got the world in total subjection, you ain't got to hide no more. You can just come right out there and say, like, look, this is what we doing. This is who we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to get rid of. They don't give a fuck about Christianity. They want to get rid of that. They don't want you to think about the Bible, right? They give you a whole new narrative. They speak about a whole new narrative that's not even in the scriptures, right? These guys act like the purveyors of the Bible, of the spiritual word of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son. But they're not, because that's not what they want to push. They already got you living in Satanism and wickedness and evil, right? A lot of people have already accepted on so many different levels. Now they want to finish the job. The people that came over to this country were not what you call God-fearing people. They didn't give a fuck about that. These people were Satanists, witches, warlocks, right? It was open season over here, and they came and they planted their version. They gave you their idea of what they call Christianity is, right? They said they gave you an image, because people like images. They want to see things. So they gave you an image. They gave you a new doctrine. So when you looked at them, you thought you were looking at the Heavenly Father's people or God himself. You got something else, brother?
God. Well, yeah, well, you were just saying, you know, brought me back to this. What is Christian nationalism? And one of the core beliefs is that potential link to white nationalism. It is in the U.S. Christian nationalism is often associated with Salakia. In the U.S. Christian nationalism is often associated with white nationalism and the preservation of white Christian power structures, particularly among some white evangelists. And like we're going into, Esau wants to preserve his dominion over the earth. Yeah. You know, and he'll use whatever Christianity, he'll use you know, the facade of being a humanitarian, you know, a helper, and a fucking, you know, damn, it escaped my mind. You know, someone that's out here to help the world, when he's really not. You know, I was speaking about that with somebody today at work. He was watching a video of this dude Peter Thiel, and he was like, man, it's scary, because, you know, AI and this technology, it could either be a beautiful thing or it could be the end of us. And I was like, well, pretty much it is going to be the end of people, man, because the elites don't want technology. All these thoughts of AI and technology merging with humans really is for the elite. Obviously, they want to chip everybody so that they could have control over you. But the real benefits, so-called, that Esau is working for, or with all this technology, they're not going to give that to the average individual. You know, they using people like people that have disabilities, blind people that can't walk and whatever. They're using them as test dummies, because who else are they gonna experiment on? You know, they'll tell you like, look, you know, we're using Neuralink to help people walk again, or to regain their sight and whatever. But in reality, you're nothing but a test dummy, man, to see if they can achieve that dream of immortality, or becoming a superhuman.
Yeah, like lab rats.
Yeah,
right? People are nothing more than lab rats. They don't care about the rat. They just care about the outcome of it, right? And it's mainly with that brain chip, because that's going to be a extremely influential portion of this thing. You're going to have a brain chip and a hand chip, right? Like Elder Apostle Hart said, a lot of these jakes, they're not going to take that brain chip. They don't like messing with their brain, right? Niggas will take it in their hand before they take it in their head. But a lot of them Edomites, they want to take it because they want to be a part of cutting edge technology, right? They got what is it? Apple is coming out with telepathy. What's his dude? Elon Musk. He got the Neuralink, right? And even I can't find a video, but it was a video. Even I always reference it, but I still can't find it. But it was what's his dude name? Noah Harari. He said that the new system is going to benefit the people that own the algorithm. He said 99% of the people are not going to be changed by technology, in a sense that they're not going to have. He having an interview with somebody. He said 99% of the people, 99% of the world is not going to be elevated to God status. That's only going to be given to those that own the algorithm, right? And that's exactly what they want to do, right? Because they want to live forever. Peter Thiel talks about living forever. Well, how does he want to live forever? He wants to live forever through technology, right? And live forever to do what? Wickedness, right? They want to be elevated to God said. The whole thing is these people want what we about to have. They want the blessing. That's a part of the blessing. Immortality, being endowed with spiritual powers. You're elevated to a God. We're going to be many most highs on the earth. They want that, right? They want a piece of that. They want all of it. They don't want a piece of it. They want all of it. But how they, and that's their hope, right? The Lord opened up their minds of these scientists and these people that they put up to create this shit to make them really believe that they can achieve it. Oh, we did this. We went to space. We can do this. We can go beyond. You want to go to another planet and do what? Introduce what? All you're going to do is introduce the same thing you got here. It's death. When we get in power, all these planets are going to be run on righteousness, man, because they belong to the Israelites anyway, through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's what he created it for. So these different planets, you ain't going to be able to just do what the fuck you want to do on these other planets, right? You're going to have to do the same program that's going to be run, that's ran on a Earth, it's going to be ran on all these other planets. But that's how Esau would do it. You fuck around, go to Mars, if you was able to go to Mars, and it'd be fucking sex bots and fucking orgies and super pedo rings, man. Super one, like shit where the whole and there's no laws. Who's going to make the laws? Who's going to bring the laws to this place? Esau? Come on, man. So this man, he wants immortality, but he wants it in wickedness. You cannot live immortal in wickedness. You can't do it. Because the result of that is always death. And this man is the man of sin, the man of death. He can't do right. You got it, brother. You have something else?
God. No, I was here for now.
This is Trump saying how he loves the uneducated, right?
Nevada, we love Nevada. Thank you. A couple of months ago, we weren't expected to win this one. You know that, right? We weren't. Of course, if you listen to the pundits, we weren't expected to win too much, and now we're winning the country. And soon the country is going to start winning. We won the evangelicals. We won with young. We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. We're the smartest people. We're the most loyal people. And you know what I really am happy about? Because I've been saying it for a long time. 46% with the Hispanics. 46%. Number one with Hispanics.
Yeah, then y'all niggas start getting deported. What do you do with your Hispanics? You start deporting that ass. He got you the hell up out of here, man. He said, hold on. He said, I love Trump. I love Christians. I'm not Christian. I love Christians. You see. Listen to
Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years. You know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out.
You hear that? You hear that? He said, first of all, he said a lot in a little bit of time. He said, you won't have to do it anymore. Why? Because the new system, you ain't going to have to vote for the people no more. They're going to give you these leaders, right? This guy's the last president, so there ain't going to be no more presidents after Trump, after Nero. He said, I love Christians. I'm not Christian. Then what is he? What is he? Y'all, you got these Christian nationalists. They backing this guy. Paula White. She's not Christian. She's a Satanist. Yeah, that's right, brother. Trump is a cult of personality, man. That's all it is. He's a cult of personality, just like Obama was a cult of personality. Bush, Clinton. The nigga name is William something Clinton. But the whole presidency, they call this nigga Bill. Bill is a whole different person. What's this nigga? Barry Soetoro. He's a whole different person than Barack Obama. Right? He's a different person, bro. All these people have a cult of personalities, man. That's set up to lead certain people the way they want them to lead. They want to destroy Christianity, or what they call Christianity. It don't serve no purpose no more. So the last hurrah is to bring in the nationalism, because what he represents is he represents more than just Christianity. He represents so-called white superiority, and he's galvanizing those groups of people who think like this. He don't think like that. He don't think about white Christian superiority. He's a Satanist. He's a warlock. How many times we did Mila Abramovich?
That's right.
Said that Abramovich on Trump. What she say? She said she's happy. She said this guy, they love this guy. And look, every time I think about this nigga, I always remember this nigga from the 80s. And he was already set up to be the president. But anyway, I want to get this Trump on a magician. It says Abramovich on Trump, the magician for awakening. Oh, let's listen to this.
In how, how their life is quality, in how, how their life is conducted, or what they're in support of.
I just to share with you one really funny opinion. But there is in Lapland, there is a group of the shamans there who do something called collective dreaming. They will go together in seclusion and do the rituals with eating very little food and being in a solitude for a long time. And they will go and dream the dreams. And the dream have to be collective, same dream. So coming out of this dream, the shaman told me that actually the best thing happened in this planet right now is the Trump to be the president. I said, how is this possible? It's the best thing to happen. He said, yes, because he's so irrational, he's so crazy. That's actually create that awakening, that we finally wake up. Because before it'll be another guy and everything looks similar, but he's so different than anything else. So he's the magician who waking us up. What do you think about that?
She said that twice. Remember the car interview? She said it. I don't know how to spell his. Okay, I got it. Marina. And she's a high level witch too. Mila Abramovich. She was with Jay-Z, and she was with Jay-Z and shit. He had his head all on that bitch forehead and shit. I understand. She did. She was in the car. She was looking for it in the car. He said he's a Trump. magician. And they were happy. And the awakening is Satanism. Magician. And those reading dreams and shit, them people supposed to be put to death. And our kingdom ain't gonna be no shaman. Trump is a magician, which we just saw that. They had another video on there though. It was way more clear. She was in a car. Let me see.
Oh, speaks to cab driver or something like that about Trump.
She was in a car. She was a demon, bro. She was inside the car talking to somebody. I don't think. Look, she with that nigga Jay-Z right here. Yeah, this bitch is a super warlock. A super witch. But she gonna be put down, man. I can't find a video, but it was a more recent video. But that was powerful too. That was 2 years ago. She said that this nigga was when art turns disturbing, Maria Abramovich unforgettable Rhythm O experience.
In 1974, a woman named Marina Abramovich walked into a gallery to do a performance that would shock the world. Known as Rhythm Zero, Abramovich invited participants to do anything they desired to her for 6 hours using 72 objects, including
It's 6 hours. That's Satan. They love that number, 666.
scissors, a whip, and even a loaded gun. Everything started out calmly, but soon things started to heat up. As in the third hour, all of her garments were cut off by a man with a sharp blade. This was just the beginning, as within the next hour her throat was slit so that her blood could be sucked. Her body was subjected to a number of small sexual attacks. Soon a battle broke out between the spectators when a loaded weapon was pressed to her temple, and her finger was twisted around the trigger. Rhythm Zero still remains a controversial and thought-provoking piece.
How is that art, nigga? That was a satanic event right in front of you, bruh. Yeah, that's what the fuck that was, bruh. The fuck? This might be it right here.
It's already, too far. But anyway, I always know, and I never doubt. Energy goes too much energy on doubting. When you know, it's like a straight road, But I also, when I was doing things, I will do things that how I can explain? I will have idea, which has nothing to do with idea before. And when you're an artist, you always try to create some kind of similar road that one work comes from another, and you can be recognizable, like you like a signature. But in my case, in the beginning, I didn't care. I just need to work what I feel doing it. Uh-huh. But now, every piece was a part of something that I have to do. The sexual energy depends how we are changing it. This energy can be destructive. We can go to war. We can go to we can create from that energy. Uh-huh. We can make children. I mean, it's unique energy that we have to really take care of it.
You didn't want to become a mother.
No, because
you're a witch. She's a fucking witch. That's why her body is for Satan. That's what her body is for. Now, what y'all witnessed right here in that video that we had played earlier, that bitch is there was a sexual satanic, high-level satanic event. She subjected herself to all that evil to open up the demons to her. Right? Would you rather dinner with Greta Gerwig or Kim Kardashian?
I really have a problem with the Barbie. I mean, everybody loves so much. It was not my culture. I come from communism. Hello, GQ. My name is Marina Abramovich, and I'm here to play Antwerder Order. Definitely war. I like to dream. My first paintings definitely are born as an artist. I will always go for stillness. We're already living on the planet who is moving around his axis and then moving around the sun and then moving in the galaxies, and it's constant movement. So we need.
Would you rather have dinner with Greta Gerwig or Kim Kardashian?
Neither. I don't feel like having dinners with both of them. I really have a problem with the Barbie. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, so she's a Satanist anyway. I couldn't find it, but she said it in the car. And then they got this nigga. That's that nigga Cash. He's a fucking FBI director now. Look, Trump is
right now. Trump is going through the most troubling moments in his presidential run. While just weeks back, he had the entire country on his side. Things are starting to change rapidly, as now people are asking more and more questions.
Yeah, they
So
bring this
this
interview out, which we already saw it. We just saw this, but it was one in that same interview where she was in a taxi. That's the one where she said the same thing, and she was talking about Trump then, and she's talking about Trump now. This dude's a magician, right? He's a high-level warlock, right? They had that dream. The dream when you go to the augurs, brother, go look up what role did the augurs play in Rome? Augur, Auger or AR. What role did the augurs play in Rome?
I sent you a link to an Instagram page that has the.
What?
It says, in ancient Rome, the augur was a priest who observed and interpreted omens, particularly the behavior of birds, to determine the will of the gods. This practice was known as augury, or taking the auspices, played a central and significant role in all major public and private undertakings in Roman society. The augurs.
That's the same thing that happened when he got inaugurated. The word augur is in inaugurated, right? And the same thing happened when he got. That's why they did it in that. I wasn't call it a rotunda, but they did it in that building with the rest of the demons that was painted on the wall. George Washington and all the rest of them. You got it, brother.
It says, the augurs' readings influenced political, military, and civil decisions from founding cities to conducting elections.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that happened today, right? The brother shared. Hold on, stop. He shared that quote that old girl said it. His brother's becoming a professional researcher, brother.
Ever to us that he is the magician of the highest order, that he is there in his irrational mind to create confusion in order that the human being can find new order.
When you hear that, she said he's there to create confusion. His irrational mind, he's creating confusion, which is what chaos for a new order.
You know, it's not so stupid.
And she said, it's not so stupid. Thinking about it.
Thinking about this in that way. It's completely turning things upside down. Trump is the best thing happened ever to us, that he is the magician of the highest order.
Yeah, he's the best thing that ever happened to Esau. Right? So you see it. You see that this is where we at. Right? He's bringing in all of this, the CLK getting us, sniped. That's that shit that's a part of the magic show. That's a part of the magic show. Right? That's probably what he always played. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't set up to be nobody's real significant. He was set up to play a role. And when his role was over, they transferred this nigga. He probably somewhere in another island in the world somewhere just hanging out, chilling. You know what I mean? Hanging out, sipping a margarita with, J.E. I ain't talking about Jagged Edge. I'm talking about the nigga Jeffrey. Hanging out with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then whoever else is so-called out there. You got something else, brother?
Oh, kind of quick precept in the book of Isaiah 47 and verse 12. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. And, this is speaking about Edom. And ultimately, we know that Esau was working on the left-hand side. Just how Yahweh Shemel Shai got priest on the right-hand side, Esau got his priest on the left-hand side. And all of this that we're seeing, because everything is spell casting, man. You look at the news, Esau is casting spells over the people, man, to make them believe a certain narrative. He sets up these false flag events. We're talking about this dude. What is that you called him, brother?
CLK.
CLK or Captain
Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk, you know, and that, you know, to us it seems like it's a psyop, man. To what? To bring forth draconian law measures, you know, to shut people up, not just for the purpose of not speaking against him or towards him, but anything that ESO deems hateful or anti his NWO, man. You know, while that whole thing was happening.
Salaki, brother, and because we're speaking code, just say his establishment.
Kind.
Good.
Yeah, and then while that thing was going on, you know, there was other major events happening throughout the world, man, that nobody was paying attention to. Well, you know, this devil was putting out this spell of this dude, you know, this distraction.
Yeah, exactly what it is. And the Lord told him, "Go now with all your prognosticators." Verse 9. I'm sorry. No, you had it right, verse.
Okay, kind.
Stand now without enchantments, and stand now without enchantments and a multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Right, since this man inception, especially here in America, he's been using these enchantments on people and sorceries, using these high level, like Marina Abramovich. What's that dude name? I had mentioned his name earlier. Whatever Harari. He's a warlock. Trump's a warlock. Every U.S. president is a warlock, right? But there are higher. There's levels to this shit, right? Stand now with your enchantments and with the multitude of your sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail. Right. Stand now with him. We did in the NLT and the AMP, and see if that's going to help you prevail against Yahweh Bashman Rashad, against the power of righteousness. We'll see. It's not. You got it, brother.
This is in the NLT, Isaiah 47 and 12. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked on at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you.
Right, because we're not afraid of him. Right, we have Yahweh Bashman Rashad, and Shalom to Elder Yakanan and to the brother 12 tribes of Israel, man. And these brothers are on. And this brother Elder Yakanan up early. Always good to see that brother. And this brother too. Go ahead, bro. All you brothers. Shalom to every last one of you brothers that's on a comment board, adding precepts and joining in. Brother Yahweh there. Yeah, Yuval Noah Harari. This dude right here, he's a warlock. He's a priest on the wicked on the left side. You got it, brother.
In the AMP, it says, persist then, Babylon, in your enchantments and your many sorceries with which you have labored from your youth. Perhaps you will be able to profit from them. Perhaps you may prevail and cause trembling.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not. You go back to that verse. Go back to the. So we can keep on reading.
This is Isaiah 47 and 13. Thou wert weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Yeah, let's see if they go. And what things are about to come upon you? This total destruction and calamity, right? Remember, the old girl said that this dude Trump, with his irrational mind, they're happy that he's in office because he's going to bring he's going to wake up the world to what they want them to see. See, they have a woke movement too. They want you to wake up to their open Satanism. This dude is going to cause America, which is already happening. Edomites in America are being isolated. They're isolating themselves, right? And this man's going to isolate America even against his own allies, right? And then other nations. World War III is going to happen under this dude's watch. That's why he told the people, after this, you ain't going to have to worry about voting no more, right? They want to destroy what you call Christianity. They want to destroy the vestiges of that shit. That's a part of the Albert Pike and Manzini plan, right? They want to get rid of all of that shit. The atheists, the Christians, the Muslims, all of that shit. The Jews, they want to get rid of all of that. And what they want on the forefront is Satanism, because that's what the NWO's been operating on. Witchcraft and wizardry, right? That was on that.
She even said, he's turning things upside down, which reminds me of the scripture that says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay.
Yep.
Esau think he could just turn this world into a cesspool of wickedness, of witchcraft, and that his kingdom is going to continue on forever. And it's not, man. The Lord is coming with great judgment upon this place, man, upon him. He's the, as of now, he's the king of the world, man, and the Lord is going to come to dethrone him.
That's right. This is back in TikTok. I had a couple of videos.
I thought, I got to learn about this guy. And the more I learned about him, I thought, this guy's a modern day St. Paul. He was a missionary. He's an evangelist. He's a hero. He's one, I think, that knew what Jesus meant when he said the truth will set you free. And to do it, now, I understand he was pretty blunt and he was pretty direct. He didn't try to avoid any controversy. He didn't even try to avoid confrontation. The difference is the way, the mode, the style that he did it, always with respect. I thought, I got to learn about this guy. And the more I learned,
and they're ascribing this nigga to be he's their martyr. He's their martyr for their side, for their nationalism. Because this is what all of these religious leaders believe. They believe in Edomite supremacy on every level. Right? And this dude was no fucking hero. He ain't doing it. He was just a talking head. Like Elder Ariella said, nobody even knew about this guy like that until he got, excommunicated. You know what I'm saying? It says, it says, another reason I have avoided any church at all costs. And that's what they want. They want you to eschew from the Bible. Right? That's why they gave you this jacked up doctrine. The white Christ, he loves everybody. He's the only Edomite on the earth that loves everybody. Right? This Eurocentric idea of the scriptures, they did that on purpose, bro. This man don't believe in the scriptures. Right? So they created a whole new doctrine, and it was really to sully the scriptures, because that's what they do. Psalms 50 and 16 tells you that they hate the Lord's instruction. It says somebody send this clip to Rome. What Bible is he reading? Exactly. God bless USA, Trump Bible. It says a Catholic Bible, which they changed. Right? And the only thing they took out was the Catholics keep the Apocrypha in it. But they don't, the doctrine that they give you a whole different doctrine. Get 2 Corinthians chapter 11, let's start at 1.
2 Corinthians 11 and verse 1, it says, would to the Most High you could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. For if he that cometh preacheth another Yahushua, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him. That's right, man.
That's what Esau's bringing. Another Yahushua, another savior. Like he's bringing that a white savior, the white Christ, the other white meat. That's what this dude's bringing. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom, brother. You got it.
No. I was gonna say the same thing. Esau is using the scriptures to bring forth a savior for them, because like we mentioned earlier, Esau don't want freedom, equality. He doesn't want love for everybody. He wants it for him. He wants people to accept him. He wants people to mold according to his ways, and that's why he brought this doctrine of what? of pretty much you could do whatever you want and still be so-called righteous.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's nothing righteous about the Catholic Church. That's what you want to understand too. That's a high level witch warlock den, a den of warlocks and witches, high level, super high level, right? And they all part of the plan. They all part of the establishment, right?
How we do?
I come from the words of Charlie Kirk. I was so moved.
Look, to show you how stupid, like Trump said, he loves the uneducated people. It says the Daily Mail, churches play an AI clips of Captain Kirk saying things he never said. But then this dude get up on a podium, and this is what they're trying to galvanize. They're trying to galvanize the white base. They want to fill these churches back up with people that believe this crap. And it ain't just dumb. It's even the black church is doing the same thing too. This dude ain't do nothing. He ain't do no miracles. He ain't sacrificed his life for his people, right? He wasn't walking in righteousness in the flesh. He wasn't doing none of that. This nigga, he was just sitting under the tent running his fucking mouth, right?
Being proud,
right? His last words were not this shit that you about to hear. This nigga's last words was without what do you say? Without gang violence, with or without gang violence. That's the last thing he said. That's the last thing he said. But yet they say he said this.
Just to hear it between services, you're hearing of Charlie Kirk. I was so moved just to hear it between services. You're hearing something the first service didn't.
First, I want you to know I'm fine, not because my body is fine, but because my soul is secure in Christ. Death is not.
Yeah, you hear that? This dude never said this shit. They trying to act like this nigga's talking from the spirit world.
The first service didn't.
First, I want you to know I'm fine, not because my body is fine, but because my soul is secure in Christ. Death is not the end. It's a promotion. Don't waste 1 second.
Yeah, but according to his wife, this nigga is on a fucking business trip with Jesus Christ. He's on a business trip with Jesus Christ trying to get money for his daughter's blueberries. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. And some of the
just to hear it between
death is not the end. It ain't. You go into the spirit world, you come right back after a certain amount of generations, man. But he ain't gonna tell these people that.
Services, you're hearing something the first service didn't.
First, I want you to know I'm fine, not because my body is fine, but because my soul is secure in Christ. Death is not the end. It's a promotion. Don't waste 1 second mourning me. Double down on truth. Double down on courage. Double down on your faith and on your families. That is how you honor me. So dry your tears, pick up your cross, and get back in the fight. Do it with joy. Do it with strength. And never, ever let evil think it won.
They are evil. These people are evil. It's dumb or nobody, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? This wasn't even real. This shit was fake. You see how dumb these people are? You saw this is why Apostle Harvey getting on these Christians. These people are stupid, bro. And to try to have a logical, spiritual conversation with these people, you be wasting your fucking time, bruh. In the wake of Captain's DEATH, social media has been inundated with memes as well as AI-generated images and videos memorializing him. At least 3 large churches took a similar approach to honoring his memory, as reported by Jack Jenkins. Yeah, this is all bullshit, right? We all died on 2020. This is hell. It's been hell for us. This is actually fucking nuts, man. This is why AI is dangerous. And they got deep fake. They got all of that shit. So sorry I died. I'm in heaven now. Yeah, right, nigga. You in the spirit world, you are. If you really did, because we don't know the niggas dead or not. You can't believe that either. But these people got up and gave this nigga a standing ovation. An AI-generated standing ovation. And it ain't a bunch of people in there, bro. It ain't it's a bunch of simple-ass niggas and crazy old-ass Edomites, fat Tammies, sitting up in here, right? Giving their money away to this evangelical guy on some bullshit, bro.
Means a special.
I have $500,000.
Means a special.
From the words of Charlie Kirk,
It is not his words, man. So I'm not, don't worry about me. I'm not dead. I'm in heaven. I'm on a business trip. Sneaky snake Orem. For the old English word arm, the old word English word orm, meaning serpent or dragon. Utah is often referred to as a snake county due to its abundant snake population. Sneaky snake Orem. Yeah, there it is, man. The city, it says, the city of Orem, Utah. Orem definition, shrewdness or cunning, and that's Esau. To be subtle. He was more subtle than any beast of the field. Act with subtlety, Strong's Hebrew. Yep, there it is, man. Orem, Utah. Is that, I don't know if that's where he's supposedly checked out at. But yeah, man, this shit is bullshit, bro. And I had, you know what? I had some more videos, but that's pretty much it. I was going to speak on polycrisis. Hold on. I don't want to keep everybody here too much longer. Hold on. Stop sharing, share window. I was going to speak on polycrisis, right? It says, from the French, polycrise describe a complex situation where multiple interconnected crises, right? All these crises happening are interconnected, coverage and amplify each other, right? They converge, they happen at the same time, and they amplify each other, right? So this crisis right now with this guy is going to amplify into something else bigger, resulting in results in a predicament that is difficult to manage and resolve. Unlike single crises that they may have clear causes and solutions, a polycrisis involves overlapping interdependent issues, making it more pervasive and enduring state of instability. This concept reflects growing concern about sustainability and viability of contemporary socioeconomic, political, and ecological systems. The term originally coined by French philosopher and sociologist Edgar Morin in 1993, it gained increasing popularity in the early 2020s as a way to refer to overlapping effects of the 19. War, surging debt levels, inflation, climate change, resource depletion, and which is, ain't no resource depletion happening. You Edomites are depleting the resources, not us. Growing inequality, you Edomites is doing that. Social, artificial intelligence, synthetic biology, democratic backsliding. Critics of the term democratic backsliding is a process of regime change toward autocracy, and that's what's happening right now. Which exercise of political power becomes more arbitrary and repressive. The process typically restricts the space for public contest and political participation. Didn't that Trump say they ain't got to worry about voting no more after this? Is it the process of government selection? Yep. Critics of the term have criticized it as a buzzword or a distraction from more concrete causes of crisis, suggesting that it may obscure specific actionable problems and create a sense of overwhelming complexity that could hinder effective response. And that's why Winston Churchill and even Rahm Emanuel said what? Never let a good crisis go to waste. They're going to use this crisis to build on top of it something else they want to happen, right? It's going to be another crisis. It's going to be another crisis. Something else big going to happen. This is just this dude, Captain. He's only the man for the week, maybe 2 weeks. Then something else going to happen. Oh, we got to focus on that. And we already have multiple crises happening. You got the G side in Israel happening in Gaza. You got earthquakes happening in Russia and other diverse places. You got uprisings all in South America. You got uprisings in Europe. You got uprisings in East India, East Asia, Nepal, Indonesia. Their government fell. It fell. Their government is falling, right? You got I don't know if this brother Kahan or somebody sent me a video of some people in South America rushing the police on a barricade, and all kinds of shit is happening all at once. So they're not going to focus on one crisis and just, let me just fix this. No, you got political instability happening in America, economic instability happening in America, immigration issues happening all across the world, including America. I just saw a video over there in the Dominican Republic. They just grabbing Levi up, fucking Simeon, man. rolling up on people on a motorcycle and just grabbing them up, checking their paperwork like these niggas is back in 1806. Where's your paper at? And then if they stopped this one Jake, he was an American. He said, look, I don't speak no Spanish. I only speak American. I'm here buying something. He can approve it. I'm not here. I don't have my paperwork on me because I'm not from here. I'll keep my stuff, you know, his passport and shit. He's over there trying to get some butt, and these fucking cops just rolled up on this nigga, and they was about to throw him into a fucking a Haitian prison, man. And then until the dude spoke up for him, he was like, no, he's American, bro. And they left him alone because they know if they would have grabbed him up, it would have been a problem, right? The American versus that shitty ass DR. That place is disgusting, man. Yeah, that place is trash, bro. But they treat their own brothers like shit, grabbing them up, tossing them in the back of vans, bro. No one knows what's happening to them. Nobody's talking about that shit. Nobody's talking about that. I just saw that recently, man. I don't think I saved the video, but I just saw that shit recently, man. This shit is fucking. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up, but it's happening. So all these different crises is happening at the same time, but people they don't know. They ain't aware. Oh, I got it right here. Let me play this. They just rolling up on Jake. Hold on. I got a couple of videos. You got Jake out here running and shit from the immigrant. Yeah. Update on Greg. Hold on, brother. Just bear with me, brother. Let me share this real quick. Hold on. Share. What is it? Just bear with me, brother.
Oh, you good?
Check this out.
Tiene desde los 14.
I gotta learn about.
Tiene desde los 14 años en el país.
He had a knife on him.
Agárralo bien. Ahí en mi casa. Ahí se va. Vamos a mi casa.
Aquí hay que buscar los papeles que tiene en su casa el primo.
Vini, ahí sí, Gazón. No va a tener papel, ahí sí. Vamos.
Aquí llevan al primo, aquí dice que tiene los papeles.
Ahí mismo doble en mi casa. A ver, ahí viene papá mío, ahí viene Rodríguez también. Oye,
vaya.
Yo no voy a decir de nada.
¿Dónde que vive, por Dios? ¿Dónde que? Moreno, cuidado, y te tira Moreno. Moreno, cuidado, no te tire Moreno que está ahí. Moreno, cuidado, Moreno. Moreno, cuidado.
They can come out of there.
Moreno, cuidado.
These niggas ain't even got like ice over there.
Moreno, muchacho. Santísimo. Sí,
look at that shit.
¿Verdad? Moreno, cuidado.
Moreno, cuidado. These are your people. These are your brothers.
That's
about
¿Qué pasa, Diego Moreno? Moreno, cuidado. Santísimo Manuel Moreno, allá. Moreno. Santísimo Moreno.
These are Levi and Simeon. This is the one I wanted right here.
Hey, cuidado, llámame. ¿Qué pasó?
He's clearly Dominican, bro, but they say this nigga's Haitian.
Primo. Okay. No me lleva la cena ahí. Claro. Quiero que lleva ahí.
Even if you got paperwork, they still getting you, bro.
Se llevaron a
It's another video too. The nigga, it was a Jake though. It was a Jake, American Jake. They ran up on this dude, and they were checking his paperwork. He was like, "Look, man, I don't speak no I had it. Let's see. I don't know why I can't find it. Hold on, bro. That ain't that. Yeah, it was one of them joints, and it was this guy was on it though, and this is what they doing to this is crisis. This is immigration crisis. All
Migración y el ejército en busca de.
Moreno.
Moreno.
Este nuevecito ese.
And this is all profiling. If you look like a so-called black man, they just getting you, man.
Tú lo tienes nuevo.
Migración y nuevo personaje.
Well, it's crazy because the higher ups in these nations, whether it be like Dominican Republic or anywhere in the South Americas, the people controlling these nations is Esau, man. They're Spaniards, French, and they're the ones giving the orders. And you got the Northern Kingdom, chasing after the Southern Kingdom in the name of Esau, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And well, the same thing was happening here just, a couple months ago with the whole immigration thing here. You had, I seen videos of like Judites, picking up Issachar and shit and Ubers. And they're like, yo, I'm about to turn you in if you don't give me some money and shit. It's crazy. And that's, one of the brothers posted up Deuteronomy 20:28 and what was it? Well, 65. And yeah, man, that's part of the curses. And it's crazy how our own people are helping Esau push, this division amongst us, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like these Simeonites are living in any better conditions than, them brothers out there in Haiti, because Haiti is a fucking shithole, bro. Like I have Seminary friends that tell me about Haiti, and they're like, man, over there is like a wilderness, man. And you got like all these, Haitians coming to the Dominican Republic, and they pretty much taught us to hate them.
And they on the same fucking island, bro. These niggas act like these coming from a real different. You on the same island, nigga. You just got one part and they got the other, man. You know what I'm saying? And you locking niggas up, you just grabbing niggas up. You know what I mean? I wish I had that one where the Jake got caught up in there, because that was gonna be the one that was like really like set it off, man. But these niggas over there killing each other, selling dope, doing wickedness and evil. Hold on. It's coming up. I think it's coming up. Cause I saw some of these videos. And he just pulling niggas over and shit. They look disgusting over there, man. Fucking, I'm never going to the Dominican Republic, bro. Unless you're taking it over, bro. I'm never going there. I don't want no Dominicans, man. I'm good, yo. You can keep them Simeonite bitches. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm Gucci. This place is these niggas ain't shit, bro. But yeah, these your own people, your so-called own people. But yeah, I can't find that video. I had it earlier because it had when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, they got Jake over there. He's just over there trying to get some bucks, man. And they're about to lock this nigga up, man. That place is a hellhole. It's a shithole country anyway. What's this? I don't know what this means. Decatan Haitianos con documentos falsificados. So I guess they said they had false documents and shit. Yeah. I know a little bit of Spanish.
Hell yeah, it was mad good.
Yeah, brother. But yeah, you know, these are all crises, man. And at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this place. All your crisis is going to do nothing but lead to your destruction. And Moreno Cuitado means careful, dark-skinned person. A lot of these so-called Dominicans are terrorists. Terrorists and a lot of them too are Judites too. A lot of these so-called Dominicans are terrorists. Got some of them here in Switzerland. They look like us, but are not us. Chiefly with Amalek and Temanite fathers. Yeah, it's true, brother. That's true, man. So, hey, this has been Crisis in their Crisis is their brand, right? And I ain't got nothing else. You got something else, brother?
Oh, no, that was pretty much it.
Just close us out, brother. Take us home.
Hey, so with that, Akian, we hope that the lesson was edifying. Again, all praises, honor, and glory going to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. I greet most soon, and peace salutation to Joachim out there pushing and defending his gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, as well as to the believers in Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, the men as well as the women, the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom till next time.
Shalom.